All right, let's get into it. Today we're doing a deep dive on the 2026 Nissan Kicks. And specifically, what really feels like a performance revolution for this car. I mean, if you always thought of the Kicks as just a purely economical vehicle, it seems like Nissan just ripped up that entire script.
They absolutely did. This
Mhm.
new model is, a direct response to the market. People were saying, we need more capability, and Nissan finally listened. They completely ditched the old mindset.
So that's our mission today, to really unpack the new engine, that groundbreaking addition of all-wheel drive, and critically, the trade-offs that come with it.
Exactly. What you gain and maybe what you lose in ride quality and efficiency.
Okay, so let's start with the heart of the matter, the engine.
The biggest single change, really.
They've tossed out the old one entirely, replacing it with a beefier 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine.
That's right.
That's a needed jump, but is 141 horsepower really enough to make them truly competitive now?
I think it's what gets them in the door. But it's not just about the horsepower. The crucial figure is the 190 newton meters of torque.
Ah, the torque.
Yeah, that's what moves it out of that, barely adequate category. It gives you real pulling power for merging or just getting around town.
And that muscle actually translates to speed. We're looking at, what, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in about 9.0 seconds?
Around there, yeah. And a top speed that can reach 220 kilometers per hour.
But wait a second. If they're so serious about performance, why on earth did they stick with the Xtronic CBT? I mean, isn't that the very definition of a compromise?
Oh, it absolutely is. There's no getting around that.
Yeah.
Sure, Nissan's done a lot to optimize it for smoothness and efficiency, which tells you who they're still targeting.
But that trade-off is still there.
It is. If you really push the car hard, you're going to get that familiar motorboat effect.
That high engine noise under hard acceleration. Yeah.
Exactly. They clearly prioritize cost and fuel economy over that raw driver feedback.
Okay, so we've got the power, and we've got the compromise in the transmission. But that brings us to the biggest mechanical shift of all, right? How they get that power to the pavement.
The intelligent all-wheel drive.
For the first time ever, alongside the standard front-wheel drive, that's a huge functional leap.
It's a total game changer for the Kicks.
Yeah.
Especially for stability in all-weather driving.
Now, I would assume adding an AWD system would just tank the fuel economy?
You'd think so, but it remains impressively economical. The front-wheel drive model gets great city consumption, around 8.4 liters per 100 kilometers.
And with all-wheel drive?
It's still excellent. The composite efficiency is right around 7.8 liters per 100 kilometers.
Wow. So with that 45-liter fuel tank, you still get fantastic range, even with the benefit of the extra traction.
Precisely. It's still very much a practical car.
So let's talk about what's going on underneath, the suspension.
It's using McPherson struts up front with an enhanced rear setup, and it was all tuned, really, for a balance of daily comfort and stability.
But our sources are saying that the tuning is actually slightly stiffer than before.
That's right.
So stability is up, which is good, but that probably means the ride over, say, really rough roads might be a bit harsher. No.
That's the classic comfort versus handling compromise, isn't it? Nissan basically built a Kicks for a driver who enjoys taking a corner, but maybe doesn't mind feeling a few of the larger potholes.
A necessary evil for better stability, I guess.
It is. But they do give you some control back with the multi-mode driving selector.
Right. You get standard, eco, sport.
And snow, if you have the all-wheel drive model. So you can adjust the throttle and transmission response yourself.
So what's the final verdict here? The 2026 Kicks offers these pretty significant strides in performance and versatility.
Definitely. Especially with that AWD option.
But it's also still holding on to its focus on, practicality and economy. The power jump is substantial, but it's still lagging behind turbo competitors like the 177 horsepower Geely Coolray.
It is, and that raises a really important question for you, the person thinking about buying one. The Kicks has this really high ground clearance now at 213 millimeters.
That's a lot.
It is. So when you combine that clearance with the new all-wheel drive option, the great fuel efficiency, you have to ask in this segment, is the Kicks' emphasis on all-weather capability and long-term value a smarter proposition than just chasing the highest horsepower figure?
That's a fantastic point. Is it better to be a capable all-rounder than a one-trick pony? Something to think about, a great place to leave it. We appreciate you diving deep with us today.